Hey, peace to everybody out there. Most High bless you and keep you. Giving honor to the Most High and His Messiah. I want to talk about something today. About all these killings and everything that's going on. Uh, it's a bad situation out there. A lot of people getting hurt. A lot of people upset, and you know, I want to tell y'all in a truthful manner. You know, and this is coming from reality. This ain't no BS. When they started that Black Lives Matter, you automatically knew they was gonna throw it off and say all lives matter. But whenever black people start an organization, there's a organization that's created to debunk whatever serious atrocities is happening in our neighborhoods and our areas and everything. Now you got to remember that there's black, white, Latin, whatever you want to call it, different types of people that stay in our neighborhoods, or we stay in their neighborhoods, or whatever the case may be. But uh, when groups like that are started, there's always something that's also started to debunk it, you know. And you got to check and see who started the organization also. And you got to also see what type of people you have in that organization, because a lot of situations be happening, um, like when they go to protests and you find 4 or 5 people that you don't even know that get out there and they start acting a fool and start, what I'm saying, doing the shootings and all the rest of the other stuff. You have to watch who you're a part of. All right. Mainly, you really just got to be careful. Uh, I'm gonna start off with something so simple, because you people are just like taking all this stuff too far, and you're wrong for doing that. And I'm gonna show you piece by piece how you're wrong and why you're wrong. Now, if it was up to me, I'll say, yo, do whatever, say whatever. But it's not up to me. Remember, everything happens for a reason. For every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction. For every cause, there's an effect. And what we can do, we can start with Jeremiah, the 9th chapter, and it tells you this. Jeremiah 9, verse 20, it states, "Yet hear the word of Yah, O you women, and let your ear receive the word of his mouth, and teach your daughters wailing," that means crying, "and everyone her neighbor lamentation," that means mourning. "For death is come up into our windows, and is entered into our palaces, to cut off the children from without." That means you're going to have straight bullets and all the rest of this crap coming in through your windows, killing your children. Now, this is way back then, but you see how the prophecy fits. Then it states, "and your young men from the streets." Now, you see a lot of these young men, they're in the streets and they're getting killed. This isn't happening by accident, people. This is real stuff that's going on. Now, when you go to verse 23, it says, "Thus saith Yah." And I'm saying Yah so you understand, instead of saying the Lord. You can say the Lord if you want to. Thus saith the Lord Yah, "Let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might. Let not the rich man glory in his riches." Because really, when you look at all these situations, you could have all the licenses, you could wear the best suits, you could do whatever you want to do. In reality, you still gonna be a nigga. And I'm gonna put it straight up like that. You still gonna be a nigga. You can have the most white friends in the world, you still gonna be a nigga. You know? And it's just like this, whether your friends is white, black, African, Arab, whatever, East Indian. When certain situations pop off, people change. right? And I'm a witness to that. And I've been a part of situations that's like that. But let's go to Jeremiah the 6th chapter and the 26th verse. It says, "O daughter of my people, gird thee with sackcloth, and wallow thyself in ashes. Make thee mourning as for an only son, most bitter lamentation, for the spoiler shall suddenly come upon us." And that's what a lot of you women are doing. You're crying, but you keep forgetting. A lot of you women, you've enabled these children too much. You don't teach them to do nothing no more. They don't know how to rake a yard. They don't know how to cut grass. All they do is sit around and do nothing. And y'all are okay with that because y'all say, all right, as long as he's safe. But guess what? As soon as he leave that house, how many drugs is he selling? How many guns do we have? How many gangs are he's a part of? How many houses have he robbed? You're only going by what you're seeing, but you're not going by what's actually going on out there. You have children that's growing up hardcore. They're being enabled. Then you have the ones that's growing up in the house. They're being enabled. And it's just like both of them are meeting up, and one want to prove something to the other. One want to prove how much money he got. The other one want to prove how hard he is. And sometimes they be on the wrong side of each other's gangs. Somebody get hurt. Okay. You go through these things because you women aren't teaching your children. And I'm starting with the women first. But you women, you don't teach your children nothing. Your young men, you don't teach them nothing. You keep a titty in their mouth more than you do anything. But when we go to Isaiah the 15th chapter, it tells us this. And I really want y'all to go back and read these scriptures, because it'll become a big part of your life when you start understanding exactly what's going on. Isaiah 15 verse 3, it states, "In their streets they shall gird themselves with sackcloth on the tops of their houses, and in their streets everyone shall howl, weeping abundantly." You got all these people crying. Everybody is crying. Everybody is hollering. Everybody is marching. Everybody is standing up and protesting everything. But we so worried about the cops killing us, but ain't nobody say nothing about the gangbangers that's staying right next door to them that's doing all the stuff that they're doing. Not one. But, this the police. I hate the police, so on and so forth. Oh, what about little Junior down the street that robbed your house 3 times? Who did you call on little Junior when you know it was him, but you ain't had no proof? I'm just saying. Something to check out. Then we go on. It says this. Proverbs 30 and verse 11. And see, I'm jumping back and forth because you don't stay one place with the scriptures. You got to jump around. The Bible said precept must be upon precept. Line must be upon line, and here a little and there a little. I don't want this to be too long, but I want you to understand exactly what's actually going on here so that you don't get no confusion. Proverbs 30 verse 11, it says this. "There is a generation that curse their father and do not bless their mother." Now, that generation, and you got a lot of women that speaks bad about the fathers and everything. Stop it. And the man, and you men, you already know either why the woman is doing, what she's doing, whatever the case may be. It's time to start being men because women are looking for a man. They ain't looking for no little boys. They ain't looking for no